The opposition leader says you're making fun of his name, and the migrants have been poked fun at for having unusual names all their lives. What do you say to those who've been offended?
Well, I don't accept Anthony's accusation. I mean, at the last election, we had a campaign that said the bill you can't afford with Labor. I mean, Mr Albanese, frankly, has spent the last 3 years, and most recently, he made a tax on Zed Seselja's name. So, frankly, he's being a bit of a hypocrite. I mean, you know, in politics, if you can't stump up, he's quite happy to dish out criticism and abuse of me, as he has done over the last 3 years. I'm big enough to take that. Mr Albanese is that precious. If he's that precious and he can't hack a campaign, then how on earth is he going to handle running this country? Well, I don't accept that.
Prime Minister, thank you. There's a 2.7% gap between real wages and inflation. This is the highest gap on record. It sounds like your cost of living plan isn't working.
The challenge for real wages is inflation. That's the challenge. Wages themselves, as you know, yesterday inched up a bit further to 2.4%. That's above the 10-year average for wage growth. That was market expectations, 2.4%. That was market expectations yesterday. And so that edged up over the 10-year average. The challenge for real wages is inflation. Okay? The inflation pressures that are coming from all around the world. In the UK, inflation has gone to 9%. In Australia, it's 5.1%. In the United States, it's 8.5%. In New Zealand, it's almost 7%. These are global pressures putting upward pressure on inflation and on interest rates. And so you're right to highlight that inflation pressures and pressures on interest rates are central issues in this election campaign. And so the issue is this: who do Australians think is going to be better able to shield Australia from those very significant pressures? A government that has maintained a AAA credit rating through the course of a pandemic and brought unemployment down to the equal lowest level in 48 years, or a Labor Party led by Mr Albanese, who's never done a budget, didn't even know what the unemployment rate and cash rate was a few weeks ago, and today, on a completely separate issue, doesn't even know whether the borders are open or closed. This guy doesn't know whether he's coming or going. I mean, if you don't even know whether your borders are open, you don't know what unemployment is, you don't know what the cash rate is, you've never done a budget, who are you going to trust to manage Australia's finances? And he won't even understand what his own costings are for his own policies. That is a huge risk for Australians. Australians have achieved a great deal over the last few years, an incredible amount. Businesses like the one with here right today invested $2.5 million on new plant and equipment in the last 12 months, backed in by the instant asset write-off, accelerated depreciation that our government put in place to back businesses just like this. That's how you grow your economy. That's how you support higher wages. That's how you support Australians deal with the cost of living pressures, by strong economic management, by managing money well. And all I know from Labor is every time they say, it'll be okay, we won't really do anything that will hurt you, and then they come in, they blow the budget, they put up taxes, and you always end up paying for it.